Let's make some coffee friends, because this is Smart Coffee Sips. Today, we're going to take a quick look at the full stack software engineer. What's their role, what are their responsibilities, and of course, what are the salaries like? All right, so who is a full stack engineer? Well, people love to call them the universal soldier or the Swiss Army knife of programming. And honestly, it's a pretty good description. They're the kind of specialist who can handle a massive range of tasks, everything you see on the screen, and all the magic happening behind it. Now, to really get what makes this role so versatile, you first have to understand that every single web app is basically split into two separate worlds. Okay, a perfect way to think about this is to imagine a restaurant. The front end, that's the dining room. It's everything you, the customer, see and touch, the cool decor, the menu, the whole vibe. Its job is to look great and feel super easy to use. The back end, well, that's the kitchen. It's all the stuff you don't see, the secret recipes, the actual cooking, keeping track of all the ingredients. It's the engine that makes the whole restaurant actually, work. So that begs the question, right? Who connects these two worlds? Who makes sure the order you give in the dining room actually gets to the kitchen, gets cooked, and ends up back at your table? Yep, you guessed it. That is exactly where the full stack developer steps in. So let's break down their master recipe of responsibilities. First, they build the interface, the beautiful, user-friendly pages you click on. Then they write the logic, which is kind of like the server's brain that processes all the data. They also manage all that data, making sure it's stored and can be found again in databases. And super important, they create the connection, the APIs, that let the front and back actually talk to each other. And often, they even help keep the whole thing running smoothly with testing and deployment. I mean, that really puts the huge scope of their job into perspective. I love this one quote that says, a full stack engineer can create an entire web app, all the way from the login button you click to the database where your cat memes are safely stored. They literally cover the whole journey. In short, here's the bottom line. They're responsible for the complete functionality of a feature from start to finish. It's their job to make sure that when you hit that pay button, you don't just get a sad error page. You actually, pay for something. So with a skill set that's this broad, you've got to be wondering, how is all that versatility rewarded? Let's talk money. Time to look at the paycheck. Okay, taking a look at the numbers here, you can see that full stack engineers are really competitive at every single level. Yeah, a junior backend dev might start off a tiny bit higher, but once you get to the middle and senior levels, look at that. The full stack salary is right there with them, and sometimes even higher. It just goes to show how much the market values someone who can handle both sides of the coin. And when you hit that senior level, the earning potential really takes off. It's right up there with a senior backend specialist. This kind of broad expertise makes them absolute gold, especially for startups or smaller teams where you need people who can wear a lot of different hats. And just a quick moment to remember what we're all about here. Smart coffee sips mean quick talks and clear thoughts. Okay, let's keep going. So, what's the recipe for becoming a full stack engineer yourself? If all of this sounds pretty cool, how do you actually get there? The path can really be broken down into 4 big steps. First, you gotta master the front end. That's your HTML, CSS, JavaScript basics. Step 2, pick a backend language, like Node.js or Python, to build the engine. Third, you need to get how databases work, so you can store and retrieve all that information. And finally, and this is probably the most important one, build your own thing. Make a blog, a simple online store, whatever. Practice is everything. But it's not just about the tech skills, right? You also need a few key ingredients. You need logic to solve those brain-bending back-end puzzles. You need creativity for the front-end design. And oh my goodness, you need patience. A lot of patience, especially when you're hunting for that one missing semicolon that's breaking everything. And most of all, a constant desire to learn, because this field changes fast. Let's bring it all home by going back to that restaurant one last time. See, the full stack engineer isn't just the chef or the server. They're the chef owner, the one who can cook the meal, serve it, and is the one who has to go fix the Wi-Fi when it goes down in the middle of dinner service. And all this really leaves us with one big question to think about. Is it better to be a master of one trade or a jack of all? It's a classic debate, and the full stack role is right at the heart of it. Friends, that's one for you to figure out for yourself. Until next time, enjoy your cup of knowledge.